Okay, here's a limiting reactant question. Let me just sort of talk you through what I'm thinking about for the question. So the first thing what you need to do is to find uh, which is the limiting reactant. And you do that by first finding out how many moles each of the reactants have. So for methane, here's the number of moles of methane. And for oxygen, here's the number of moles of oxygen. Then what you do, so you find the moles, and then the next thing is you find the limiting reactant. So the way I do it is I always just take the first one. So I take the first number of moles and see how many moles of the other reactant I would need. So it's sort of like I'm doing stoich with the two reactants, realizing I'm going to have to do the carbon dioxide eventually. So what you do is you take the moles of the first one, of methane, and then you times it by 2 over 1 to figure out how many moles of oxygen you need to burn all that methane. So when you do that for this question, you come up with that many moles of oxygen needed. But when you look to see how much I have, like I have this much oxygen, and if it says I need this much oxygen, then I don't have near enough oxygen. Like if I'm going to burn all that methane, this is my methane here, to burn all that, I need this many moles of oxygen. But I only have this many. And so oxygen must be my limiting reactant. Okay, so then now I'm going to do stoichiometry with just oxygen. And I'm going to forget about the methane. I'm actually forgetting about water too. Now I'm just going to go from oxygen to carbon dioxide. So to do the steps for the river, I need to take a mass and go to moles. Well, I just did that. Not there. I just did that here for oxygen. So oxygen has this many moles. And then I do a mole ratio. And so I'm going from oxygen to carbon dioxide. So it'll be 1 over 2. That's a ratio. And so this is how many moles of carbon dioxide will get produced. And then it wants to know what volume of oxygen at STP. So then I use that. Oh, it's cut off here. But then I use the V equals nRT over P formula and plug this in for moles. And then there's the 8.314. There's the temperature. And you divide it by the pressure. Okay, hopefully that clears that up for you.